Hey guys, what's up? Murder of Birds here, and Log Horizon Episode 6. This was a very basic episode for me. Very informative to some degree. Not really exciting or suspenseful by any means. We find out a bit of new information, but as far as the episode in general, for me personally, it was very meh. Not really something that I was really excited about watching. Learned about, like I said, I learned a few new things about it, but that's just my take on it personally. But overall, we find out about a few new changes amongst the world of the game as well as Akihabara during Shiro's absence to Susukino. First off, we find out about guilds and their prioritizing. How certain guilds, high-level guilds, are pretty much setting the rules and regulations and influencing the way that lower-level players behave within the game. If you're a high-level guild, you are going to have priority in terms of fighting certain monsters or having certain privileges amongst shops and things of that nature, and it's really changing the way that players are behaving within the game. PKing has gone down a bit. A lot of negative influences beforehand have been gone, but the fact that guilds are pretty much influencing the way this game is being played is something that is looked down upon, and especially Shiro when he finds out about it. It's not something that is he pretty much says that it's pretty much preference. If you see this, the high level players as they deserve this, they're really high level, or if you look at it as low level players, deserve some time for growth and room and a little bit of fun as well. So that's up in the air. But we find out a bit about the Shady Guild from the last episode, which is amongst this type of influence within the game. We find out that they are named the Hamelin Guild, and they are pretty much a guild like I already probably knew, an exploitive type of guild. They have a lot of low-level players who they use to exploit themselves to give the players in power a lot more of an advantage amongst guild status and things of that nature. We found out that Toya and Minori, the two kids that Shiro helped in the flashback from the last episode, are within that guild, and they are being exploited very much so, with the fact that we learn about this item, and it's called EXP Pots, and it actually helps in terms of low-level players fighting high-level bosses or monsters and getting a huge EXP boost, experience boost, in their playstyle, and that's pretty frowned upon. It's quote unquote cheating in some way. The fact that you're not a certain level to fight a certain monster, so you're going to use a means of doing so. So Shiro definitely looks down on this, and the overall aspect of the episode is that Shiro doesn't like the way this game is turning out. He sees it as very corrupt, very nasty, and very different than what it was originally intended for. And so at this point, he's pretty much deciding that he wants to do something about it, with the fact that we also have seen, his hesitation a bit in the way that he knows that things need change, but in order to provide change, you have to change yourself. And he's been a very hesitant person since the series has started. Doesn't really take initiative when, big things like this occur. And it's at this point that he decides to ask for help. He goes to the Crescent Moon Guild and decides, hey, we need to do something about this change. It's not a good change. It's not something that everyone is particularly proud of or wants to conform to. And he pretty much asks them for help. He asks, hey, this is just a small step. We are going to take care of what needs to be taken care of. And he decides that he's going to help out by first helping Toya and Minori escape from the Shady Guild known as Hamelin. And at this point, we also find out, which is very exciting, the fact that he has finally formed a guild, finally deciding to rely on others and, be someone that can be relied on. And it's obvious that it is within the players that we've known and loved for so long. Akatsuki, Naotsugu, and Nayanta, they're in an excellent combination. They all work extremely well together, providing excellent support within each other. And the guild name is Log Horizon, which is also obviously the name of the anime. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. First mission objective, they're going to save Toya and Minori from the guild, and slowly but surely they're going to try to change the influence of the game in their favor. The fact that, people who want change and people who want good things to happen will eventually, strive to make it happen. And that's his mindset at this point. he feels that, with this small guild of 4, if he can affect and influence other people by his actions, maybe, they'll conform and they'll rise against these guilds who are trying to have a lot of power and, placement and try to, put everyone in their place. So I thought that was really cool. This is a really good way of showing that Shiro does expect change, and at some points, he will decide to change to make good change. We also learn about a few other things as well as far as guilds go, with the fact that, normally guilds, have this reserve where they all pool together their resources and things like that. They have guild halls based on the guild size. So I thought that was pretty cool. We learned about that right at the beginning, and as well as the expansion has made it so the level cap of the game has gone from 90 to 100, which is one of the reasons why, these shady guilds and things are using EXP pots to level up really high, because the higher your guild is, the more influence you'll have on others, and the more power you'll have to, call things whenever you want them. So, like I said, this episode was pretty basic. Yeah, we got a few new bits of information, but nothing really serious. Very good setup chapter in terms of Log Horizon being formed as a guild. But other than that, I'm really looking forward to seeing how they can utilize more amongst being an official guild, having a bit of status now. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode overall. Did you guys feel the same way as I did? Did you guys enjoy it a bit more? Let me know down below in the comments. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching. You guys are pretty awesome. And I will definitely catch you guys next week for episode 7. Thanks a lot, guys. Peace.